Welcome back to Plus Cafe. So this is a tutorial by HD Consult. In our previous lesson, we learned about the basic commands in AutoCAD. We learned about the interface. We learned about the 4 different ways a person can interact with AutoCAD. That is using the command line, using the ribbon, using the cascading drop-down windows, and so forth and so on. So in this lesson, we are going to take all the commands one by one. Okay, so you are going to practice all of them one by one after the other. And I would like for you to take this lesson very serious. They form the basics of AutoCAD. If you don't know this, then you don't know AutoCAD. Okay, have patience as we learn these things. Okay, so Rome wasn't built in a day. So don't be worried if you make any mistakes or anything. Don't be worried. As time goes on, you build perfection. And one method will be used throughout this lesson, that is typing the commands in the command line. You can use a blend of other methods. As you can see, there's a line here. You can also type a line here. So you can use a blend of it at your own discretion. But for the sake of this lesson, I'm going to frequently type in the command line. Okay. So the first thing we are going to consider is how to draw lines. Okay, how to draw lines. So for the first part, you come to the command line, you click in it, you type L. You see that a pop-up window appears. Okay, so when you type L, you can just press enter or spacebar, then it generates the line command, or you can just type the full command line. Okay, so to draw a line, AutoCAD says specify your first point. Make sure you always read the command line for what AutoCAD is asking for. Okay, so first specify your first point. So I want to click anywhere on the screen. Click anywhere you want to start your first point. So for me, I want to start at this side. So you click. Okay. So for the next step, AutoCAD says specify next point or undo. Okay, so don't worry about the undo for now. So you just click your next point. Okay, so you can repeat this point again. You can repeat it several times. As many times you want. So when you are done, just press enter, or you can press escape key. Then you are done. So you basically finish your first lesson in using the line command. So over here, I've just drawn this senior man here. So you can try and repeat this drawing that I've done here using the line command. So let's go over our steps again. I said first you do what? You type the line command, or you can just press L, then spacebar. Okay. So what's the first thing you do? So some of us want to start from the top. So we just start. We are drawing the senior man. So you continue. So you specify your next point again. You can continue until you get the shape that you want. So you just press enter when you end. Okay. So you've drawn the head of the senior man. Now we want to draw let's try and draw the eyes. Okay, so to activate the line command again, since what you've already done is just press spacebar to activate it again, so the line command generates again. Okay, so that's beautiful. So for AutoCAD, spacebar and escape are going to be your best friends, so take note of that. So let's draw the eyes. AutoCAD says specify first point, so let's specify it. Then the next point, let's see. You see those green lines there, those green squares there, they are called grips. Okay, so in later lessons we'll go through that in details. So I've drawn one eye. So just click spacebar. Okay, one option is to copy this whole thing, but since we are only learning lines, let's use our lines for now. Okay, so you press spacebar again, you click, let's go. My drawing is not perfect, it's like I've been eating dog meat. So okay, so you have the eyes. So now let's draw the nose. What do you do again? You press spacebar. Okay, so you are done with the nose of the senior man. So the lips, it's like it's close, so it's easy for us. So just press spacebar again and draw the lips. So you are done with his face. It's not the best, but we've done something. This is beautiful. So you can press spacebar again. Maybe when you make a mistake and you don't know what you are doing, just press escape so that it will just cancel the command. Then you just type it again. So it says specify first point. So we want to draw the neck. Let's draw the neck. So for me, I want to start with the hands straight away. But just go draw the hands. Since I don't want to go down, I just press spacebar to cancel end the command. I can repeat the spacebar again to repeat the command again. Now continue beautifully. Okay, so I can press spacebar again to continue, or you can type L. Okay, in case you are confused on what you are doing, okay, you can type L to repeat the commands. So let me draw one leg. I'll draw another leg. We can even decide to even add ears. That will be beautiful, won't it? Let's see. Let me see. So my senior man's ear will be like this. Oh wow, that's big. Looks like a teapot. So let's draw the ears. Oh, that's beautiful. So we are done drawing our senior man. So that's basically our line command. I would like for you to practice it. So we'll be providing practice lessons for you to follow to draw the line command. So that's the line command. So the next thing I want us to talk about is circles, how to draw circles and manipulate them. Okay. One thing I forgot when we were learning the lines is that you can just type the line command, you click, and instead of clicking the next point, you can specify a distance, maybe 100 meters. So it has drawn 100. Okay, 100. I've not checked the units, so I think it's millimeters, 100 millimeters. Okay. So you can move in this direction and give a unit again, maybe the dimension for it, maybe 200. You can do that. For those who want accurate 5,000, let's say 5,000. So it has given me 5,000, as you can see. Right. So you can just select this whole thing and just delete it. We'll learn how to do things like deleting later on. But for now, just select it and press delete. So let's go to circles. Okay, so like the line, you click in the command line, you type C. Okay, C, or you can type circle. You click on spacebar. The command line says specify center point for circle, or 3p, 2p, TTR, tan radius. That's the meaning. 3p means 3 points, 2p means 2 points. Okay, so we are going to specify the center point. Okay, so now the next step is, okay, so using your mouse pointer, you can move anywhere on the screen. Okay, and AutoCAD says what? Specify radius of circle or diameter. Okay, so you notice that the circle, if you look at the circle that forms, it varies in size when you move your mouse. I don't know if you can see the numbers that are in that have been highlighted, as you can see, that's the radius of the circle. Okay, so as I move the mouse pointer, it changes. Yours will also vary. Okay, as I move the mouse pointer, it changes. Okay, so I want to use a radius. If you like, don't state a radius, just click anywhere on your screen how large you want it to be. So voila, you've drawn your circle. Okay, so as soon as you click, you don't need to click the space bar like the line to finish the command. So as soon as you click outside, so you're done with your circle command. Okay, so this method of drawing a circle, okay, it's called the center radius method. Okay, so as I said earlier, you can specify an exact radius size if you wish by typing in the value, then after the first click. So let's try it. So we can be a circle. See, we want to a radius of, let's say, 200. So that's a 200 radius circle. So that's the center radius method. So try it as many times as you want. Okay, so the other way is to draw a circle. Okay, so as time moves on, we'll consider that. Okay, but special attention should be paid to the center of the circle. Okay, and there's a diameter option. So let's try that. Circle. So this one was 200 radius. So we specify as first a center point. Then instead of typing the radius, you just type D. That's the diameter. So we'll specify a diameter, let's say 400. You realize that it's the same size as the 200 radius. In that, because diameter is 2 times radius. For those of you who have done mathematics, you will understand. Okay, so like we did for the lines, let's try another example. Okay, so this is a box check that I've drawn here. So this one, we are not just going to use circles, we are going to interact it with lines to produce this drawing. Okay, so I want us to draw the head. So as I said, you can alternate between the command line and the ribbon. Okay, so instead of typing it here, you can just click circle here if you want to. Okay, so you can click circle, it's the same command. So I want to draw the boss check, the head of the boss check. So specify center point. So this is my center point, big 0. Okay, so you don't need to click on the circle command again, just press space bar and your command repeats. I want to draw the eyes. So there you go, I've drawn one eye. Space bar again, or click and escape if you make a mistake. So I have my circle again. It's not perfect. I've drawn the eye. I think one eye is bigger than one. Then let's see, let's draw the mouth. Voila, mouth is done. We can draw the nose. You still remember how to draw lines, right? So click on L, type L, space bar. You specify your first point, then your end point. You can zoom in by using your scroll button. So it's advisable you don't use your touchpad. It's very difficult using it. You can use a normal mouse, whether a cordless or okay. So you specify your end point, then your next point. Click on space. So we have the nose right there. So now I want to draw the neck. We can use the line command again. So space bar. So there we go, we have the neck. Then draw the hands, you can proceed to draw the hands. Space bar. Click it again, specify your line, first point. There you go. Okay, so we can draw the chest, that's the circle. Okay, so C, space bar, specify your center point. This time you realize that if you look at the boss check here, the center point of her chest is just where the hands extend. So yes, this is the center point. I can either specify the radius that I want, or by visual inspection. You can do it. Now let's draw the legs. That's also a line, so you can click line here, use it. Spacebar. You can also repeat the line command by right clicking and coming to repeat line. Click on spacebar. Now it's left with the hair. Oh wow, that's a beautiful hair she has there. I think this one they use a line command, so let's try the line command again. So we have this. So that one, for the line command, you don't need to click spacebar so that you can continue. Wow. Voila, so we are done with one side of the hair. Can I press spacebar again? Voila, so you are done. So you can draw the teeth. I think this is going to be really difficult. That's also lines. Oh yes, so you can use the scroll button to be zooming in and zooming out in case you are confused. Scroll button of your mouse. So it's also a line command. Let's draw the teeth. Spacebar. Now with this, I'm going to show you a trick. Since you haven't gotten there yet, but let me just show you the trick just in case. So you can just click on this and just copy CO. Okay, you haven't gotten there yet, so don't be offended or if you can't figure this out. Okay, we'll get there soon. So just copy it and bring it here. Okay, voila. Okay, or you can do another method. You can draw all the teeth for one side. Draw it. Voila, and you can click all of them for it to be easier for you. So this is another trick I'm teaching you, a bonus. So just click on mirror, or you can type mirror in your command line. You see, you specify your first point. So this is my first point. Specify your second point. So I can do it this way. So I can click this as my second point. It says erase source object. You just click no. So I'm done with the teeth of the boss chick. So that's it for the circle. Okay, so it's just amazing and it's very simple. You can practice this at your own time. So we want to treat the arc command like the previous commands. You type arc in the command line. So AutoCAD says specify start point of arc or center. So we specify the start point of an arc. So you left click anywhere on your screen. Okay, so this is the first. So to draw an arc, I think there are 3 points that you have to click. Okay, so this is the first of 3 points necessary to draw an arc. So AutoCAD says specify second point of arc. Okay, so you click anywhere else on your screen. So as you can see, you see something like an arc on your screen, as you can see on mine. AutoCAD says specify end point of arc. So left click a third time somewhere else on your screen. Maybe this the type of arc I want. Maybe a rainbow or something. So I'll click on the last point on the screen. Okay, so you are done with the arc. So the method I just used is what you call the 3-point method of creating arc. Okay, so there are other options. There are like 11 options. There are 11 ways to draw an arc. So drawing an arc is like killing a cat. So let me try another way. So this is the center of the arc. So I just click where I want the center of my arc to be. So I'll click the start point of my arc. As you can see, this is also another method of drawing an arc. So you can go through all the methods on your own. Okay, so that's basically it for an arc. So for this example, I'll give you a final example at the end of the lesson. We come to our last basic object, that is rectangles. By now you will be worried that about your accuracy and how best you can do it. Don't worry about that for now. So keep in mind the sequences we followed in drawing these basic objects. Okay, so as I said earlier, any complex drawing is made up of these basic objects interacting with each other. So this is our last basic object you are going to learn, that is the rectangle. So like the other commands, you come to the command line, you type rectangle. Okay, rectangle. So you click on the command. Now AutoCAD says specify first corner point, or then there are other options: chamfer, elevation, fillet, thickness, width. We'll consider these other options later, but for now let's select our first corner point by clicking anywhere on the screen. Left click anywhere on the screen. Now AutoCAD says specify other corner points, so you can move diagonally and specify your other other points by left clicking anywhere on the screen. You can draw it as big as you want. Okay, so here we have the rectangle. As I said earlier, there are more precise ways to draw a rectangle. Okay, you can press D for dimensions. Okay, so let's say rectangle. So as you click, you just press D for your dimensions. Maybe you want a 6000 by 300 rectangle. So AutoCAD says specify the length to 6000. That's what I want. And the width, let's say 1500. Just type your dimensions inside. So here you are. So just click anywhere you want your rectangle to be. So this is a more precise way of drawing a rectangle. And there are other ways. Okay, so as time goes on, we are going to learn it. Okay. So for now, you've created all the 4 basic objects. That is line, circle, arc, and rectangle. So you should be happy about yourself. So you want to erase all what you've done on the screen. Okay, so you can just type the erase command on your command line. Okay, so you erase, then you type all. Okay, so you just press the space bar. So it has selected all the objects. To delete all these objects, you just press the space bar again to delete it. Okay, so now I don't want to delete mine. I'm leaving it for now. So you might not need this command as you move on with large projects, because you don't want to draw a whole project and just delete all at once. You go into more precise ways of editing your commands and so on and so forth. But before then, let's try this simple exercise. This is a chamber in hall that I've drawn. The chamber in hall for senior man and senior women we tried in the other basic commands. We are not going to draw everything. We are going to figure out the rectangles in this drawing and try to repeat them. Okay. So as you can see, I can see that the whole outline is a rectangle. There, I think this reinforced concrete roof is also a rectangle, and the gutters here are also rectangles. So you can try them. Okay, so let's try. So you type in your rectangle command. So I want to draw. Don't worry about your accuracy and the exact dimensions. Just draw something simple. Okay. So I'll click at my first corner, and I'll click at the next corner. Right. So I have my outline. So I want to draw the roof. the same procedure. If you want to call the command again, just press spacebar. Okay, so I'll click over here. I have my first line, then over here, as you can see, I've drawn the outline and the roof. Maybe you want to proceed further and draw the windows and the doors. So I click somewhere here, but I have my windows. I want to draw the door too, but I have my door. That's perfect. Maybe I want to draw the gutters too. Draw small gutters there. Don't worry about the accuracy, as I said. It comes with practice. Make sure you just know the basic commands and how you can manipulate them. For now, it's not exactly the same thing, but I think I've produced similar drawing. Perfection will come when we learn about editing these basic commands as time moves on. So I can see that the door also has a handle. We've already learned that you use circle. Okay, so you type in your circle command. AutoCAD says specify first point. So I've typed it. Oh, my handle is very big. AutoCAD says specify a second. You draw another circle. So I have my handle there. Maybe you want to draw the window sills too. That one you can use a line. So I'm done. So that's basically it for the basic commands. So now let's look at how to view your objects properly. So the first option is to zoom your object. Okay. So to zoom it, if you have an actual mouse, the optical mouse, instead of the touchpad, you can place your finger on the scroll button. Then you can turn it back and forth. You realize that your object is zooming in and out. You can also pan your object. Okay, so you can put your finger on the same scroll button, but this time don't move it up and down, just click on it. You see a small hand on your screen. You can use to pan around your objects. Now one view command I would also like to teach you is regen view command. Regenerate. So this thing is used when maybe you have a large drawing and you want to refresh what you've done. Maybe your screen, the drawings are not appearing well. So you just type regen on your screen, so it regenerates your drawing. Okay, there are other ways in which you can use these same commands. For example, you can come here to pan. You just click on this object here, and with your left hand mouse button you can pan. Maybe you want to zoom extent, so it zooms the whole drawing for you to see. Okay.
Alright guys, so having said that, we would like to take a short break. I would like to pause on this section of our design and tutorial session and test ourselves so far on what we've done so far. So we'd like us all to go and complete, as we can see here, this section of the drawing. And if you wish, you could submit it in the link in the description below. Yeah, you can submit it in the link in the description below, so we can have a look at it and assess what we've done, and we'll be glad to also hear your feedback. So let's just go straight up into plotting our work. So we are just going to teach you a basic way to plot it as a PDF on maybe a single sheet, then subsequently we can elaborate on it for all of us. So let's go to the plotting. So to plot our work, in the command prompt you can just enter the command plot, or you can also come to the big AutoCAD button over here and look for print, then click on the arrow, then you have plot over here. So it opens a certain dialog box. Else, as I said earlier on, you can just go into the command line and type plots and hit enter, and it automatically opens up the plot model dialog box. So all you need to do is to specify your printer, and in this case we want to save it as a PDF, so just AutoCAD PDF. Then with that set, then you set your sheet size, the size of the sheet that you want to use. And for this assignment, let's all stick with ISO A3 for this assignment, and we are going to fit it to scale and check the center plot button as well. And we would like to print it as a landscape, not a portrait. So select portrait, select landscape instead. Then now I want to specify what to print. So there are a couple of options here, but we want you to use the window option for now. And so when I click on the window option, it's going to take me back to the drawing and give me the free range to select where or which part of the window to plot in my paper space. So I can just select one corner over here, then select a second corner over here, and it automatically picks up that part of the window and makes it ready for plot. If I want to change the part of the window I've selected, I can just click this. It will bring me back here, and I can make any necessary adjustments. So I just hit escape and go back to the plot model box. And so with that set, if you want to scale it down, you can uncheck the fit to scale and enter in any scales that you want. But for this assignment, let's just stick to fit to scale. And so if you want to see how it is going to look like, you can just click the preview button, and there we have it, nicely plotted over there. So we can do our work, or let's try the assignment, let's try completing it and plot it nicely to fit the A3 sheet and save it as a PDF with whatever name, with whatever anything that you want to do with it, and submit it to the link in the Dropbox down there if you want us to have a look at it. And we'll be glad to have a look at the work and get you feedbacks or give you a comment on it, so we can also appreciate what we are doing and be sure that you are also receiving, you on the other end, you are also receiving something from us. Alright, sure. So let's just close the preview. Now that we know how it's going to be, you just click OK, and after clicking OK, you select a directory where you want to save your file. So you can choose a desktop or anywhere on your PC and give it a name. So maybe I can say assignment 1. Alright, and I'll save it on the desktop and save. So that plots it, and that should be done. So no errors were found and it's done safely. So if I want to view it, I can just go to my desktop over here and look for my file, which is assignment 1 over here. Then I can open it as a PDF format. So basically that brings us to the end of how to plot our work or making it ready for submission. There are a few other things that we would like to add to it, but we want to keep things real low and simple for now, and as we progress in the subsequent videos, we'll add up any other necessary thing that we all need to know about. Right, sure. So as said earlier, let's go work on this assignment over here try to reproduce the same thing. Forget about the dimensions, use your own dimensions, use your own scale, but it should be similar to this. So if you want, we are going to also make a copy of the work available in PDF format so that we can all reproduce it here. So the document or the Word document will also be made available in the PDF format, maybe with some dimensions. But if you don't feel comfortable with the dimensions, you can use your own dimensions, your own scale, plot it as a PDF, save it, and you can submit it so that we get it and give you any feedbacks on the work. So thank you very much for staying with us even up to this time. We hope you've learned something and we would like to hear from you. So have a great time. Bye.